Sorry for keeping you guys.
So welcome to today's episode of Meet Your Success Partner. We are so excited to have you here all the way from Cameroon. Guys, my name is Charles Tambo. I'm the boss of the Global Bosses. And the purpose of running this webinar is to tie to my vision of helping people get out from where they are to where they want to be. Exactly. And I saw that many people thought star directors are spiritual human beings. What would I say? Spirit beings. Let me put it that way. So they are magicians. They did not start from pre-diamond. They just rose to star director. So since they are just there, they don't understand what is happening in Diamond 1.
Yeah.
The essence of this program is to make people see that it is humans like them that are star directors, and that if you listen to the stories of star directors, you can see that it's very possible to get there. So we have listened to so many of the star directors share their journey with us. It has been an amazing experience. And today we have a veteran in our business with us, and we are so excited to have her here. I asked her to send me our profile. She said, is it that I should tell you that I'm a school dropout? I was just smiling. Our profession doesn't require a certificate. It doesn't require a certificate for you to be a multi-millionaire. Yeah, our profession. It doesn't require one. So let me read our profile guide. Mrs. Jane Taba has been in network marketing for over 18 years. She started Longrich October 2011, and she has to tell us about her journey. She was attracted to network marketing because it doesn't require any certificate as a non-degree holder. She's a school dropout. When was a school dropout? She went to secondary school year. She said she left. God, so being a jobless, uneducated housewife, if I knew, I would have not put this part because I don't understand the word uneducated, because we are the most educated people in the whole world. We teach professors to make money. That was a mistake, guys. She's very educated. I've never wanted to be that housewife who fully depends on her husband for everything. She said she's married for 28 years. Hey, I'm a student there. Mr. Tankia Ignatius. They are blessed with 5 lovely kids, 3 girls, 2 boys with 1 grandson. Yes. Some people are supporting me on that statement. Yeah, we are the most educated people here, guys. There are 2 kinds of street education, general education. General education is the one you go to school to learn, and that doesn't give you money. You can't become a billionaire going to school. You become a billionaire with streetwise education, and that is what she has. And so you are welcome, Ma.
Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm glad to be here. And of course, even my people, everyone is excited. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm happy. I'm just happy to share my story every time I have the opportunity. Because like you rightly said, many people think that network marketing is for a certain class of people. Maybe the uneducated think it's for the educated, and the educated think it's for the uneducated and idle people. Yes.
Hey, that's their thinking. That's the truth. But we have every category of people in network marketing.
Yeah, sure.
So you're welcome. What I want you to do is tell us how you join network marketing. You've been in this profession for 18 years. What made you to embrace network marketing? without mentioning the other companies, because this is Longrich program. Then now, how did you join Longrich? And what has been your journey so far in Longrich? Let's hear from you.
Okay, thank you very much once more. And I must say, well done. You're doing a fantastic job. Many lives are being touched just from this your program. Many people have learned a lot, including me, from this your program. Hearing from other star directors and, you know, just from your story, many of us are motivated. And it's a point of presentation in most of our seminars. Just with the replays, which I share with many people catch the vision just from that. And I want to encourage you and also to tell you what you are doing for us. Your reward, your pay is beyond your imagination. You may not understand, but it is mighty. God bless you. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. Even those who are not your team members, that is the one love we are preaching in Longrich, and I am glad you are putting it in practice, because Longrich is one big family, okay?
That's true.
And I keep telling you guys, we are open here in Cameroon. We want you people, don't just take us and do meetings, come to Cameroon so that Cameroonians will see Longrich live in another form, you know? So thank you very much, Boss Charles.
I won't miss Cameroon visits. After this lockdown, everywhere is up again. I'm going to be in Cameroon.
Well done. In fact, you are welcome in advance. Okay. Coming back to my journey in the network marketing industry. You know, as I told you before, being a jobless, uneducated housewife, it is not only suicidal, it's like a crime. You know, the children depend on their father, you too depend on him, they rush to him for everything, you too rush to him for everything, and at the end of the day, they mix up everybody, and they now think you are also a child because you behave like a child. And that has never been what I've wanted for my life. But now, all I knew is that people go to school, they graduate, they drop applications, and they get a job. But now, as an educated person, how do I go about this thing? What do I do to myself? I was looking at small businesses, what I can do for myself, but then the children were still very young. I couldn't leave them to go far. And I started some small businesses around just where I live. But someone introduced me to network marketing. And what actually struck me was that the lady said, this does not require any certificates nor degrees. And I said, I'm sure before coming to me, she must have heard that I'm not educated. Because after the primary school, I went to secondary school, spent just 2 years in the secondary school, and left the school. That story for another day. So when she told me it doesn't require certificates, it then meant something to me. And then I listened to her. Then she introduced her business to me. And this was a food supplement company, which I managed to join. I was excited. She said, you could just talk, introduce it to people and make money. So I was excited and I joined the company. But along the line, things were not that flourishing as she put it. So you had to, every month, buy these products. They were supplements, remember? Every month you had to buy. And you would not sell as much as you're buying. There is what we call the auto ship. Every month in the Cameroon CFA, you must buy for 100 and something thousand francs, which is about $200 every month. And also another obstacle I had in that company is that since they had just supplements, you had to start playing the role of a medical doctor. And imagine someone who does not even know her own self so well, now trying to understand what the supplements, how they function, how they work, so that I can go recommend to people. And at the end of the day, you realize that you become a slave to your own self for people. You have to sell these things because next month you must buy. If not, you won't make money. It became tedious. You keep putting in money and you don't make as much as what you put in. So finally, I dropped it. And I was introduced now to an online business. So you just invest, you just talk to people, they too invest. What are we getting in return? Nothing. And what I was trapped with was the fact that they said, this one has no product, so you don't have to carry anything around. This one wrapped me. I joined. They gave me a very nice picture of that business. That is how I looked for money everywhere and pumped into it. At the end of the day, our people, they don't bother to understand what is online business. Me too, I'm struggling to understand what is happening with the computer. I'm struggling to know the internet and so on. So at the end of the day, money lost. And I was left with debts. The little money I saved went. I didn't have the courage to tell my husband I have borrowed money because he would say I'm mischievous. So I just stayed in my corner wondering what I was going to do next. Then my upline actually, who introduced me into Longrich, had bought one company before to Cameroon. And this company had just sanitary pads. And those pads were really good. I used them and I liked them. So, but I told him I cannot partner with this company because distributing those pads, you're limited. So I don't know how I'm going to talk about pads only. So I rather buy just what I will use for myself and my girls. Each time I'm in need, I will come to you. That's how we moved. And I bought just when I needed. But now this time he said, I've brought something else. I said, I've been betrayed in network marketing. I don't think I'm interested anymore. So I still continue to buy from the previous one you introduced to me, and I think that's okay by me. He said, no, ma, this time around, I think I have something good for you. I said, CEO, if you know what network marketing has done to me, I'm into debt now. The money I'm owing people, which I borrowed and put into this network marketing, is far more than what I think they have ever used on me since I was born. And so how do I pay this? And you know, I told him, see, I don't want to involve myself in this thing again. The only thing I'm asking God for now is that he should spare my life and show me something genuine so I can work and pay these debts. I should not die and leave my children just with debts. Even if I'm not leaving them with any inheritance, it should not be debts. I should at least leave them as they are. So please, I'm not interested. He told me this one, they have better sanitary pads. They have this, they have this. He insisted, Abba. I bought the few things. No, he offered me. He offered the things to me, and behold, he even gave me Nutrich because I told him, well, maybe if you have anything that has to do with weight loss, that might interest me because I had critical health issues and the doctors had told me I have to drop at least 15 kg. And there is no medicine for my condition. So he offered me Nutrich, and he did the demo for the cup. The demo for the cup actually troubled my mind. How can this ordinary water, the one that came from the cup, is different from the one that didn't pass through the cup? So with the explanations he gave me and talked to me about alkaline system, I was somehow convinced. Then I told him I will think about it. But the truth is that I went with his Nutrich, left that Nutrich, and rats ate the Nutrich. One man I had recommended some products before. This man came to me and told me he has a gout and that is troubling him so much. The man is a police. I told him, well, this guy who introduced this thing to me is a medical doctor, and he says they have also supplements that handle critical cases. So I will refer you to him. So I referred him to the man. The policeman, his gout had been so chronic that he could not even wear shoes. So he went to him, and about 2 weeks later, he called me and told me, please, I want to see you. At least I want to offer you something. And I want to show you how I look like now. Huh? I went, met this man. He was well dressed up with closed shoes, which he was already condemned in slippers, open shoes because of the gout. It was chronic. So that is when I went back to this, my upline, and I asked him, what did you give to this man? He told me the Nutrivich, the blue Nutrivich, the cup, the cordyceps, and the arthro. Ha! So I told him, please, I would like to sign up. And I told him, if he can use the purchase of that man and sign me up, because as it is, me, I don't have money. Because by then, we were registering just with silver, gold, and platinum VIP. And silver was about $500. That's 250,000 Cameroon CFA, which I could not raise. He said he bought the product with his own code. So nothing again for me. I went to my kid sister and I told her, you've always supported me. Please, this one now, this is the last time I ever come to you. I need 250,000 francs, which I'm going to return to you in about 2 months' time. So after arguing with her, she just gave me the money. I left. I went and signed up. I took the daily use products because I didn't want to talk about supplements to anyone anymore because of the past bitter experience. I took the daily use products and I went to the street. I started doing door to door. I was introducing to people. But then people never wanted to hear anything that has to do with network marketing. So after about 1 year of doing that, nothing happened. I was unable to even sell those products. Then I left, I abandoned the whole thing again, and I went to meet my husband in his shop so we can start working together. I worked with him in the shop about 2 years, and I told him, oh boy, I've worked for 2 years now, settle me, open my own shop, you know? And so he opened a shop for me, and this time he will come asking me, how much did you people make today? Why is this like this? Why is this one like that? Hi, I told him, you don't settle boy and come to ask that boy how the boy is running her business. You don't need, this is my shop. You don't need to ask me. And he continued. One day I got angry. I left the shop. I told the boy who was working with me, I told him, I'm leaving you people here. I wanted something that I will call my own. And it's something that will give me something which I have the full authority over it, not giving feedback to anyone. So I told him I'm leaving. I'd rather go back to Longrich and see what I can get there for myself. That was towards the end of 2015. I left the shop. I went to the market. I bought a very big bag, like a school bag, but bigger. I went back to Longrich. I bought the daily use products. I put in that bag, and I went back to the street and started hawking these products. I did a lot of door to door. There was, in fact, I met people that in my life I never think I will meet. Those who will insult you, those who will receive you. So what I actually did at the end of the day, I will come to you, remove my products, everything I have, I line them up in front of you. And you know, our people like seeing products in sets. You will see the toothpaste, you see the soap, you will see the sanitary napkin, the coffee, everything. So when I bring them, they will select they would buy, and I will take their contacts, and I will take their information. About a week after or 10 days after, I call them back always to find out if they liked anything among those things they bought. And obviously they will appreciate. But now, those who appreciate, I will tell them, there is business behind these things you see here. You can partner with and make money. Many told me we prefer to remain consumers. But now people are not joining. I finished selling the first set of the products. I went back to the company and I told them, now that I finished selling these things and people don't want to join the company, how do I do? How do I get another set of products? And they told me, you can buy again in your name. It is possible to have multiple accounts. I said, hey. So I then signed up my daughter and bought the products for silver in her name. Went, sold them again. We sold everything. Came back, bought in my husband's name, bought in my son's name. That's how I occupied my 3 legs. That's what helped me to have multiple accounts. So after occupying the 3 legs, people were not still signing up. I still came back to the company. They say, you can have as many accounts as possible. I went to the 2nd generation. I still lined up the family because one thing encouraged me. Since there is no compulsory monthly purchase in Longrich, you can have as many accounts as possible. So after occupying my 1st generation, I went to the 2nd generation. I took my 9 accounts without anybody joining my system, without anybody joining my business. I will buy, go sell, come back, buy again. So that's how I occupied my 1st generation, my 2nd generation, and many accounts in my 3rd generation. Among the 27, I have many accounts that belong to me, about 15. That's when few people started signing up. So you remember, it is important to note that I occupied my 1st generation because I didn't have people to sign up. I had not understood that you can have multiple accounts. So that is how I ended up with a lot of accounts in the system. Then one Mama Fideline, she joined me, but she was still skeptical. She joined me because after her complaint that she had an accident and had a surgery on her head, she is not feeling fine. And I told her, maybe since you took 8 pints of blood, maybe the pH does not match with your system. I offered her a cup. After using the cup, she came back. She said, Mommy, it's a graph. You know, that it is bad. That your cup is magic. It has done wonders. That's how she came on board. Coming on board, she is one of the network marketers in Cameroon who made history in those days. So I was very happy to have someone like her. But she came on board and was not very stable, you know. But then, around end of 2015 to beginning 2016, I got this young lady, our SD the Storm from Yaoundé. She contacted me through Facebook because there was nothing I had on my Facebook page apart from Longrich. Behold, it's important to note that about 75% of the people I have brought into the system directly are social media contacts because my own people said no. Yes. So Sandrine contacted me through Facebook. The message she wrote to me was straight to the point. She just said, Auntie, good morning. I want to join Longrich. And I said, I hope you are not a lazy woman because I don't entertain lazy people. She said, man, a hustler. And I have a group of friends too who are hustlers like me. I said, okay. So would you mind coming over to Douala? So we talk things face to face because she lived in another city in the capital of Cameroon. Meanwhile, I'm in the economic capital in Douala. So I told her, you will talk with one of my team members and she will give you transport so you can come over to Douala. That's how she came to Douala, and she signed up.
Social media works. Social media.
It has worked wonders for me.
Star director you have in your team, you mean you got it for social media?
Almost all the top leaders, not almost, all the top leaders I have in my team that are in the business directly introduced by me are from social media. Yes. That's what happened to me. Yes. So when she came on board, her own fire,
guys, I hope you are listening to this, because whatever nuggets you're getting, I want you to drop it in the comment, because this is mind-blowing.
Yes, I repeat, above 70%.
For a year, you left your business because you were discouraged. You came back, you start building your business all alone. Your family members buying products, you buy products, you sell, you come back, you put those food, you buy again.
Yes, so I tell you the truth. Do you know that most people didn't know I had normal arms and normal knees, because I will always bandage my elbows and my knees and then put on very big blousons and wear very big trousers, because I was always on the bike, always on the move to go supply products, to go sell products, and I kept falling from the Okada every time. So putting in tying those ankles and the knees was to prevent the bruises, you know, so that when I fall, you would not leave me with scars. That is how far I went, because I didn't want to be that dependent housewife. So when Sandrine came on board, it's like the fire that she came with was hotter than mine. So she was everywhere. And a few months after, of course, she came on board with a group of friends. But I tell you, the people who came on board with her, the people she relied on, who came on board with her, today, as I talk to you, none of them, I can't remember any of them that's on the system right now. The people she relied on, and the people she said have fired up people who are going to work with her, but none of them, they actually came on board, but left. You know, they resigned, you know, and she got different people that she's working with. So a few months after her, after she came on board, I got Hugues Franklin. Franklin is our Diamond 7 leader, and who has been with me in another network business. And then I talked Longrich to him, and he told me, well, the pains, that the trouble he has had is enough, that whatever I am benefiting from here, I should keep it to myself. And he's not interested. But one day I sat in the office, he just walked in on his own. And I thought the guy missed his way. He told me, "Ma, how is that your business?" I said, "It's fine, as you can see." He said, "I want to join." Do you miss your way? Do you mean Longrich? He said, I want to join now. I said, "What has pushed you?" He said, "I keep seeing you on Facebook." So every listing that happened to me, I posted on Facebook, the product on Facebook, everything, every testimony on Facebook. So that everything he saw on Facebook brought him back to Longrich to me. That is, after 5 years of talking Longrich to him, he came and signed up. These two young people were fire. So Franklin was a very smart and intelligent guy. So I told him, "Please, I want to learn from you. Understand this thing and teach me." So he said, "Okay, I will do just that." He went on Google, he did research, he started organizing seminars and actually teaching us. He was running seminars in Douala and in Yaoundé. So he will go work with Sandy in Yaoundé, come back to Douala, train the people in Douala, and he was everywhere, you know. So that same 2016, remember, for the past how many years, no one ever qualified anything in Cameroon because nothing was happening. I have never known the compensation plan. I was interested in my buying and selling. So in 2016, that was the first time we officially qualified trips. Behold, we qualified cars.
Wow. From 2014, 2012, 13, 14, there was no result yet.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. The only thing that kept me on board.
You kept pushing, huh?
Listen, no, what kept me on board was the fact that I could sell these products and make profit because people were consuming them. And when I saw the award ceremonies in Nigeria, I told myself, one day our people will understand that this Longrich is different from other network marketing companies we have partnered with before. So it kept me, I say, even if it has to take me 10 years, so far as the company remains, I will not give up. I will still do the buying and selling. Today, when I hear people say, you don't need to sell in Longrich, I smile. There is no way you will not sell. There is no way. Honestly, from my experience, you know.
I don't mention those statements personally because I'm a pro. You sell every day. We sell even if we don't look like the ones that are hawking. We sell ourselves. We sell our opportunity.
We sell. Do you know that from the first stock of products I bought, the only thing I used there was the sanitary pad and the pant liner. The rest of the things, I only read their functions and I told people, because I dare not use them. I borrowed the money. If I use them, where do I get the money to pay back? I sold everything. And I managed to use the pant liner and the pads, you know. So it was almost after about 8 months or 10 months in Longrich that I even tasted the toothpaste. People would just buy and tell me it's true or that thing is good. But the gospel truth is that I didn't know the taste myself because the money wasn't mine. Yes, I sold them. And so, because I was really hungry and wounded, I didn't want my children to lack respect for me because I cannot produce. I went to the streets. And my husband, now doing big guy, would tell me, I've been hearing that you go everywhere, you're hawking, you're doing this. I don't want to hear that. And I said, who are those who are coming to gossip my name to you? I'm not doing that. But will he stay at home to keep me? When he leaves for his work, I carry my bag and I'm gone. And I start hawking. Yes, I sold everything. In fact, as you see me now, I can survive under rain and sun because of what I got from this Longrich, because of the training I got from there. Yes, there are places I know in Douala which maybe people who were born here won't know, because I entered every corner. I had to sell. People who give excuses is because they have never been hungry. They have never lacked money. My wish was to have 25,000 CFA. That's about $50, which I will call mine. That's what pushed me. I needed my own money. And I would just sit and calculate. If I have 25,000 CFA, it means that in a year, I can have at least 300,000 francs. And when I picture that, I say, child, I must make 300,000 francs in a year. That is what pushed me. And so when I started selling, I was saving the profit I made from it. Yes. When these two youths came on board, they understood the compensation plan. Do you know that is when they came on board, they started telling me about the diamond 1, 2, 3. They told me I'm a diamond 3. Yes. In 2016, early 2016.
No, you were not even looking at the ranking.
Did I know? Did I know? Didn't know. I just in diamond 5 because one day as things were now moving, the manager, by then manager Awin, he told me, Madam, I have bad news for you. I said, hey, what bad news? He said the headquarters in China has asked us to shut down the branch in Cameroon because it is not productive. We spend here more than what we make. I told him, sir.
That must be very challenging.
Oh, how can a company stay in a place for 6 years without raising at least 100,000 PVs? It wasn't done. They pay rents, they pay taxes, they pay staff. Nothing was happening.
Wow.
Yes. So I begged him and I knelt down. I told him, please, trust me. And the company pay just the rent and taxes, then leave me and one local staff to run the company, so we see what comes out of it. Give us 1 year. I begged, I cried. And one day he told me they approved it. So he is leaving to Ghana, and they will leave me here and one staff, a little daughter in the office, Sandrine. So that is when I prayed. There is no fasting I didn't do. There is no novena I didn't say. I prayed, oh, and that's when these young people came on board. Things started happening. Before, was it March or May 2016, the same manager sent me a message. He was now in Ghana. I had no manager. He was now in Ghana. He sent me a message. He said, congratulations, madam, you are Diamond 5. I said, eh? How? He said, yes, you are Diamond 5. Check your back office. And I asked him, what does it mean? What have I gained? What have I achieved? What am I going to have? Does it mean that I qualified something? He said, madam, if you work harder, you will qualify a car. I said, car? And the company will give me. He said, yes. I called these two young people. I said, there is news, so let us work. He said, something might happen in Longrich, Cameroon. And behold, in 2016, that was my 5th year. That was my 5th year in the company, and that was Sandy's 1st year. So in my 5th year, I qualified my first car.
Was the 5th year, and Sandy's 1st year.
Yes, Sandy's 1st year, Franklin's 1st year. I qualified my first car in Longrich after 5 years. Sandy qualified her own first car in Longrich the same year she joined. 6 months after she qualified, 9 months after she qualified her car. And me too, I qualified. You know, that same year,
wow,
we qualified the China trip. Hi, come and see JJCs. We qualified the China trip. It was amazing, you know. So that same 2016, in Longrich, Cameroon, we qualified 3 cars because my upline too qualified the mini car. So 2 of us qualified the big cars and my upline qualified the mini car. So we had 3 cars in Cameroon. This was Christmas in a weekday. So behold, the award ceremony was organized in February 2017, and we were awarded our cars. I had a Kia Sportage. Many people attended the ceremony just to come and see if it was true. So as they came, from that February, now imagine that from the time I started Longrich to end of 2016, December 2016, I had a total of 175,000 PVs in 5 years. In 5 years.
Wow.
Yes. So
the fruit of being constant, not giving up.
Yes, of course.
That's
yes.
the fruit.
175,000 PVs. So we had our award ceremony in February 28, 2017. That was my biggest day. It was wonderful.
The Mother General, the nursing of children having results.
Taba. Then after the award ceremony, many people who were invited to that ceremony joined the business. And by December 2017, 5 of us qualified for the 2017 car promotion. I qualified the second car, Sandy qualified the second car. 3 people who came on board that same 2017 after the car award ceremony, SD Vivian and our pre-SD Sylvia Volume, they also qualified their cars. That was their very first year in Longrich. And Vivian, that was her first year in network marketing.
Wow.
So we had 5 cars in 2017. And by December 2017, we've had a total of 550,000 PVs. So in 5 years, we made 175,000 PVs. But in 9 months after the car award ceremony, we went up to 550,000.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
that was it. Then the journey continued. In 2018, we had the car award ceremony. I then took the second car because I gave the first one now to my husband. So it was Christmas, honestly, in the weekday. It was wonderful. Then in that same 2018, the car promo for 2018, unbelievable. We qualified in Longrich, Cameroon, 16 cars.
16 cars.
16.
Had 5 qualifier, and 2018
Yes.
had 16.
2016, 3 qualifiers. 2017, 5. 2018, 16.
Wow.
Yes.
How were you feeling then to see that despite all the struggle, now you are not seeing results from the how were you feeling? I used to post on Facebook, I say, I can imagine excitement.
It was unbelievable. And do you believe that same 2018, in December, our total PV
network, I want to get that part. Happening. Guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, I want you to drop 111 on the chat box. This has become, thank you guys, this is becoming interesting. I hope you enjoyed it because this is for those who are not yet having results in their business. This particular webinar is for those who are having results in their business. What would you have done if you're not seeing anything yet in your business for 5 years? Look at what happened in the 6th year, the 7th year, the 8th year. Amazing. Welcome back. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay.
You were trying to mention the total PV. You later added, was it 2018?
Now, let me give you from the genesis. From 2011 to 2016, we raised 175,000 PVs, right?
Yes.
Now, 2017, end of 2017, we raised it to 550,000 PVs, meaning an increase of about 325,000, right?
Yeah.
And we got 5 cars in that 2017. Then 2018, December, we had a total of 2 million PVs.
2 million, 2018.
Yes. So in 2018, we were able to make 1,450,000 PVs And remember that in the past 5 years, we did just 175,000.
I get it.
Yes.
Wow.
And that 2018, where we qualified 16 cars, it was a tsunami. Tornado.
Wow.
It was big. Yes. Then,
imagine the excitement.
behold, in January 2019, that is when we saw our own white smoke in Cameroon, and I became a star director, one-star director in January 2019.
Wow.
I saw that message almost at midnight, because since I understood the system, I will log into my back office it's uncountable times a day. Anytime I'm idle, I'm in my back office, trying to understand what was happening. So that fateful day, I tried to check my back office before I go to bed. When I went to the placement tree, I saw one-star director. My head almost exploded. I thought it was a mistake. I thought I had mistakenly entered in somebody's back office. Hey! Scream! Neighbors came out. Maybe they thought we were attacked by thieves, so it was not easy. I called Sandrine. I called everyone. I said, that happened though. I said, me too, I've seen the star. I said, me too, I've seen the star. You know, it was wonderful. And by then, of course, they had sent us managers back to Cameroon. So Cameroon office was back to life again, and we were operating normally again, you know. So that same 2019, as we organized my award ceremony for the star director in August, that same day, Sandrine turned star director 1. Now you see it. She became star director in Longrich after 2 years and some months. I became star director after 8 years.
You didn't understand the system then. You were just doing your thing. You were not even looking at the back office to know who leg to work on, what rank to pursue. You were not pursuing the ranks. You were just selling your products.
Did we even have people to sign up? Even if you understood the system, my upline who understood the system, did he have people to sign up? We didn't have. Everybody was saying network marketing again. Please keep it for you and your family. Yes. And now, that 2019, Longrich Cameroon experienced, how do I put it? In fact, that was a wide turning point for Longrich Cameroon, this 2019. You will not believe that 2019 in Longrich Cameroon, remember in 2018 we qualified 16 cars, right? And in 2019, we qualified 88 cars.
88! What?
Yes! 88 cars.
What?
Yes.
88 from 16 cars?
From 3 cars to 5
in Nigeria,
to 60 to 88. Yes. Then,
nice.
That is not all. We moved from 2 million PVs in end of 2018, December 2019, we are in 8,500,000 PVs.
What? What?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
8 million now from 2 million. This is.
Yes.
You now
so
have.
We raised in 2019 6,500,000 PVs.
Yeah.
in 2019 from people who were unable to raise 200,000 PVs in 5 years.
For a business that the company, well, you guys are not producing results again. We
are leaving.
We want to leave. Now,
yes.
We've
So,
raised car qualifiers. These are you're mentioning car. We're not even talking about the trips because I know the trips will be uncountable.
in 2019, it was another turn. For Dubai, we qualified over 40 people. For Singapore, we were around 45 qualified for the trip. Then the third trip to China, we were 85 qualified for China trip. And the fourth trip, Italy, we were 65.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow. This is amazing. I'm having goosebumps, or what did they call it? Goosebumps now because of this story. You know, I tell people the reason why they are having results in their business, the reason why they give up in their business because they choose to give up. Because people
it's a choice. It's a choice.
Because people have used the same circumstance they are passing through have results. They use it not as an excuse. So when they come to me complaining, I say, you guys, check well. Is there someone in life who has used the same thing you're complaining about to have results?
Sure.
That's the research I want you to go and do. Then when you are done with it, you cannot come back and give up. Tell me that you want to give up after the results.
Exactly. And I tell you, it has been amazing journey so far. I tell you, amazing. The number of lives touched, the students, in fact, some I call them the children millionaires that Longrich has given birth to are uncountable. You know, then we started 2020 and we launched the intentional 2020 because I told my team in the past, in our sleep, we achieved all this. In our sleep, knowing nothing. We got 3 cars, we got 5, we got 16, we got 88. I want to assume that happened in our sleep. It took us by surprise. We were unaware of what was actually happening. So in 2020, everything we do in 2020 is intentional. Then we launched the intentional 2020.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you this question. What exactly did you think that you did different? What did you do different that gave you the results, the massive results you now later? What was the different thing different fire you have in the business? What bring that fire in the business? Despite the challenges, you've gone through 5 years, no results. 6 years, you had results. What was different? What did you do differently?
You remember I told you we got some youths that came on board?
Yeah.
Understood the system. Because I remember telling Franklin.
It's very good to understand the system. That's what you're saying.
Yes. I told Franklin when he came, because I know he's a very smart guy. I said, come, now that you're here, are you ready to drop your luggage here? He said, Mama, je suis déjà là. He's a French guy, but very bilingual. He said, I'm already here. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I said, now, understand this system and teach me. That's what I told him. I said, understand it and teach me. He embarked on the research. So each time he will say, do you know that if you had done this placement, he had my username and password, and he will always tell me, let us do this placement like this. He was our teacher. So we understood the system, and then we knew where to place what. And we were furious. We were determined. I told them.
You were hungry and you were coachable. You were ready to learn at that moment.
I was hungry. I was angry. And I was flexible, teachable, because I wanted to understand. You know, the first fear I had in me, I was limited. I felt limited because putting in mind that I'm uneducated, I refused to run seminars. I was afraid to talk and make mistakes. People will criticize my English. But now, when I started seeing what was coming out of it, I said, it means that people are understanding me. Then I will give it to them. I started organizing seminars. And I said to myself, whenever they don't understand what I'm saying, I will do the demo of the napkin and the cup. Take it from there. If you don't understand my English, take the demo.
Also contributed to it, right?
Yes, of course. Of course. Of course. You know,
this is amazing.
We were fired up. And frankly now, became a very good teacher and wasn't building his own team. He was just enjoying going around teaching our own people. Then in 2018, I told him, you have to stop all these seminars, go build your team. Now tell me, what do you need? And where do you think you can go to in order to build your own team? You are a Diamond 4 and you are a big teacher. People will not understand why you are at this level, yet you are a teacher. So do you want to remain like a primary school teacher who teaches ministers, presidents, yet they are on the same spot? I said, no. Now you have to move. Yes. So I told him, tell me what you need. Tell me where you think you want to go to. And let's work it out. He told me he has some friends in Congo. He thinks he can go to Congo. Ah, no problem. What's your budget? Okay, take. But this I am borrowing to you. This is a loan. Whenever you start making money, I will cut it from there. He said, no problem. That is how Franklin left Cameroon. The friends who invited him over to Congo, he got to the airport, called them, and they didn't pick up his phone. Yes, because these were my two powerful leaders. Sandrine is already doing well. What is now happening to you, the teacher? But I remember I told him,
he was teaching
if you go there,
I wasn't having results.
He wasn't. He was just enjoying teaching us. So I had told him before, I said, if you go to that Congo and things don't move out there, please come back. Do not think that maybe you will, what will you tell me when you come back after spending this kind of amount? Please come back because I cannot sacrifice you for any amount of money. So that's a story for another day. But today, the guy is a Diamond 7. These two people, in fact, we were wounded. We were wounded. I remember telling him, he worked in a hotel. I remember telling him, when he told me he wants to resign from his job, I said, don't resign until you start making good money. One day I just noticed that he was in the office all the time, even during his working hours. I asked him, he said, no, la mère, tu sais, je ne pouvais pas. He said, no, mama, I could not continue. I want to focus on my Longrich because even the little I'm getting from Longrich is far more than what the hotel is giving me. And I realized that I can sleep on my bed, cook food and eat because I was always on the run, you know. So we were angry. We were angry. And thank God the four of us went to China the first time. So we came back and decided to understand the system. And with our cars, if you notice on Facebook, all my cars I got, you will always see Longrich on those cars because Longrich is something that has mapped my life.
You are a Longrich brand in Cameroon. You brand
yes.
your body, brand everything, brand your car.
You know, I feel like putting a stamp of Longrich.
Your bed sheet, everything is branded Longrich. I don't know.
What are you saying? Everything, including the towels. I was telling you, do you know, I feel like putting the stamp of Longrich on my forehead because I believe that people need to know that something is into this thing. How can a jobless, illiterate housewife make this much? And what about you? If you add your little, the one that you know to what is happening here, what will you make? Because I have noticed that those who are truly educated and are into Longrich are doing it better. Because even my daughter is a master's student in Ghana. The way she does her Longrich is different from mine because she is learned. So when people start telling me and reminding me what they studied and why they can't partner with Longrich because they went to higher education, I feel pity for them. I feel like fasting for them because what some of us are seeing without the education in Longrich, let me not mention it, it will look like an insult.
No, you know, like it's not an insult. We're just letting them know the reality of life. Because
yeah, sure.
when a ex-military officer, it said for him to be a soldier, a general, it will take him 31 years. And
Yeah.
there is no way he will earn the money he has earned so far in Longrich in 10 years. And so
No.
the money in network marketing cannot be compared to when you are working for someone.
Honestly, now, let me just land this last one before I forget.
As a civil servant, 12 years. I added all the pay I've earned so far as a civil servant for 12 years, plus 30 million. 12 years, guys, 30 million. That is one car qualified car money in Longrich, 10 million.
Oh, yes.
That's one.
Yes. You know,
a lot to talk about the other.
Week, see what happened here. Despite the pandemic, the COVID-19, the lockdown, the quarantine and everything, business is still moving because even in the quarantine, people still brush their teeth. I was shocked at the results we have achieved so far in 2019. Last week, they just paid the mini car fund in Cameroon, and over 75 people qualified in 2020 with the COVID-19. How are they doing it? How are they doing it? Yes, people who visit my status, I posted it because I wrote to my finance manager. I told him, I thanked him and I told him, but you pay, I think you didn't do my calculations well. He replied and told me, yes, madam, we have paid you 40,220,000 francs. This is for the first set. So this week, we are going to pay your balance. I'm still working on it. Yes, this is an inch of the car fund for 2020. Remember, 2020 has not yet gone halfway. It hasn't. It hasn't. Yet, even if we ended at the 40 million, how can somebody make 40 million CFA? 40 million CFA is about $80,000. Yes, this is for an incentive. This is for an incentive. And everything hasn't been calculated. You see, children, young people, going back home with 10 million CFA. 10 million CFA is about $20,000.
Wow.
The year is still halfway. Not yet, the first semester is not yet even complete. And one funny thing I'll let you know. Do you know my baby sister, my kid sister, who borrowed me $500 to start Longrich with? Guess what happened to her? It's last year, May, she joined Longrich.
Wow.
Yes, nobody believed me, even my family.
Your family member believed you.
Yes, of course.
when there is no result, it is when result comes, people will start believing you.
But you know, many people, what consoled them was that Longrich is going to shut down very soon. It's going to end very soon. Don't mind what they are showing us on social media. This thing is going to close very soon. And people kept that in their mind. That's why they didn't join. And I told some people, I said, why waiting for Longrich to shut down? Partner and make your own money. And I asked one of my friends, I say, now tell me, if you come to Longrich office today and notice that they have fully closed from Cameroon, what are you losing? When you paid your money, did you collect products? Which should use, you share, or you sell? If they shut down, you make back your money. So what are you losing? What are you calling a scam? When I told my sister, she said, "Bo."
Because you said, how can you call something a scam when you are having value in exchange of what you are paying for? You get you pay for your product, you get your product.
Family members didn't join at all.
This story is amazing. I know you have a lot to say. Because of time. This is awesome. I want, your story shows that if one is consistent, committed, with time, the person will have results in the business.
Yeah. There is one thing I want to remind here.
Yeah.
I want to make it clear to those who come on board and feel they can't make it without their upline. Many people accompany their team members to prospect, and some people take it as a right. Or if my leader does not take me out to prospect, I can't make it. Or my leader doesn't make placement under me, I can't make it. I told one person who told me, I want to leave my team from another country and join under you so you can make placements under me. I told this lady, I don't manufacture downlines. I don't. You know, I want to remind here that your zeal to make it will push you to understand the system and work towards it. I have never gone with my upline out for prospection. I have never. I can organize a seminar. I can call people, put them together, and beg him to come talk to them. I have never gone with him. I have never received a placement from my upline. By the way, he doesn't have his own. I have never. So people should stop thinking that unless their uplines place people under them, they will not make it. Sandrine, from the day she came to Longrich.
What level is the upline now? What stage is the upline?
He finally left the company, but he left in 2018 as a Diamond 6. He left another company.
Now your upline left Diamond 6.
Yes,
and now
he
you
left.
are produced star director.
Yeah, words cannot explain actually. You know, so me, I want to think that the main assignment your upline had and what the good thing your upline did is just to introduce you into the business. The rest depends on you. The rest depends on you because everybody has a team to build.
Yeah.
The rest depends on you. So people should stop complaining. Oh, my upline didn't make placements under me. I'm in the wrong team. There is no wrong team. The wrong person can only be you. There is no wrong team. There is no limitation in this business. The only limitation is you. So everything in Longrich depends on you. Your will and your zeal to succeed all depends on you. Me, what drove me was the fact that I'm a mother of 5 and I don't have anything that I will call my own. I didn't just want to rely on my husband. And today, you know, there are times I remember he was asking me, please, can you borrow me 2 million francs? I have a project I want to run. And I told him, CEO, I'm giving you 20 million and this is your own share. Don't ask me anything again. And my boy was laughing. Hey, my boy settled patron. Yes. That is the embarrassment Longrich can put you into. And I will just tell the guy, this your car now, don't own, go get another one. He say, hey, I hope we are safe. I say very, very
Financial
safe.
freedom.
Oh, thank you so much.
Settle him. So when you were having these challenges, did you have the support from your husband, your family member, your husband for 5 years, no result? Huh?
By the way, the debts I inquired from the past companies that almost took me to jail. The guy paid them. So that's why today, in fact, each time I've told him, just be ready for my embarrassment because I can't stop embarrassing you because of what you did in the past for me. The only thing I needed from him was that he should not control me. He should not come to my shop and say, thank God he was controlling that shop. Because if he didn't, I would be comfortably sitting behind that shop and answering Madame Taba, owning a shop. I wouldn't have discovered this today. So I keep reminding him, before network is disturbing, is it okay?
The network is acting up. Well, thank you very much for this amazing story. But before we leave you, I want you to say something about it, because you said most of your team members were from Facebook. Now,
Yes.
there are people who are coming on all this business complaining that the people around them refuse to join them. Just share some little tips, what you do, what you have been doing on Facebook to help these guys, so that they can raise people on Facebook. Just little tips.
The first thing is that if you truly decide to partner and you want to make it in the business, give yourself to that business. Branding. Some people don't want to be identified as a toothpaste seller. Me, I'm a proud toothpaste seller. I'm a proud part seller, you know. And now, as it is, I almost don't have clothes to wear because I am full of Longrich t-shirts, Longrich clothes, Longrich everything. I am Longrich. And I remember one lady who is a counselor in the Northwest region. She joined my team through Facebook, and I asked her, what attracted you to me? How did you tell me you've been following me up for about 3 years on Facebook? She said, see, many people talk to me about network marketing, but at times, before you even think of joining them, they start telling you about another one. At the end of the day, in a month, some will tell you about 5 different companies. And so, since the day I started following you, you have been talking about one thing, and I see everything you post, I see your achievements, so I have decided to follow you in Longrich. So, focus, consistency. If you go to my Facebook page, I don't have 2 stories I talk about. I don't entertain stories for fun. I share everything about Longrich because I think that what Longrich is doing to people, above all, what Longrich has done to me, the world needs to know, and people need to know that there is treasure in Longrich. So I preach Longrich, and I am very much stable, very, very much stable. What is killing people is just the fact that they want to embrace many things at the same time. They are confused, and they call it multiple streams of income. Na lie. They should stop deceiving themselves. Focus. Branding is one of them. Branding. Me.
Yeah.
When I got the Ford Everest, they told me, one person told me, I hope you will not ride Longrich on that beautiful car. I say, hey, how can something give me? And I start feeling big to proclaim it. I say, see, even if
How can you be ashamed of what is you mean?
Can you imagine? This is a company, in fact, this is that thing that has put me where I never imagined, even in the wildest dream of my life, and you say I should not proclaim it? No, no. There are days, I have even shoes with Longrich stamp on it. So even the blind, people who don't have eyes, they are able to perceive that my Longrich. Yes, that is it.
That's great. That's great. Thank you. So you've heard guys make the one who makes the highest noise makes the most money. Simple.
Yes. Yes.
The reason why people are attracted to us is because we make noise.
My own noise is louder. And they told me that contaminated all Longrichers with your noise. I say, if only you understand what we are having from that noise, you will use the trumpet. Yes.
Money will embarrass you when you make noise. So embarrassment you are giving, money embarrassment in Longrich. Man, I'm super excited. Funny man. I'm excited. You are an inspiration to many. When I saw you in Lagos, yes, Lagos Award, the way your humility and love people is what really attracted me to you. You are very good, and people in the midst of negativity, people are looking for people who encourage them. And in your Facebook wall, you're always posting value. You are excited, even in your world. Nothing. Even now, you are excited.
Very, very.
How can you be selling $1 million dream and your face is not looking good? It's deadly. You look at you smiling $1 million smile.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We had a nice time.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I said this today webinar. If you add value, I want you to share it. Make sure if you have any team member discouraging, having a discouraging movement because of what he or she is experiencing this business, not every result here. Make sure you share this webinar to the team member and drop I am excited if you're excited today's webinar on the chat box and the comment. Thank you for those who joined us.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Thank you, Charles. Can I say that? Can I leave? Hello. End.